The execution of this Smith guy here is just a waste of time. Look at this young man here. He was an Eagle Scout. He was an honest student. He seemed to have some brains. And look at him, he's so healthy. Now, I know that America is trying to play so modern and so civilized and want to do certain things. But I think this killing this guy is just a waste of time. All these organs this guy has, there are a lot of people out here that need them. Why couldn't they just give the organs to these people and let these people live and let him, go to heaven or something, Because, I mean, I don't know, some of the big furor is about this guy has methodically planned to rob this place. He killed this guy, and was the big sweat. Now, I see in California here we're minimizing the time between the crime and the death. I think sometimes that would help us to understand or to appreciate the death. And I don't see what this has anything to do with civilization and modernity. I mean, we've moved away from God. Look, when you read in the Old Testament how God had instructed um, Moses and these people to do it, he says that if a man kills a man after planning it, he's supposed to die. If he runs away and he goes to a city of refuge, they need to go and get him and execute him. Now, if he kills the man, which is manslaughter, he hadn't planned it, but it happened accidentally. If he stays around, they're going to kill him. He has to run to this city of refuge, and there he's going to be excused because he hadn't planned it, and he has to wait until the high priest dies, and then he could come back to town. I think Americans don't understand this whole process here. I mean, in spite of whatever he has been, if he decides to kill somebody for no reason at all, and just because he wants to rob, for whatever reason he wants to do the money, I mean, it's so, I mean, his family, the KC guy, his family missed him and lost him permanently. And nobody's talking about there's grief. He might have had children. He's a brother. He's a son. He's a friend. He's an uncle. He's something. You see what I'm saying? So there's no way we could ever excuse these people for just killing people unnecessarily. Um, it has nothing to do with modern stuff. All that is happening in modern stuff is people are moving more and more evil, becoming more and more evil, and so they're thinking in terms of what would be a normal under evil situations. And what God was saying is this: that if a guy kills somebody unnecessarily and or even accidentally, it's for an example to the others who may want to try it. If he's executed speedily, people can equate the execution with the crime he has committed, and that won't be as horrible as it might seem. I mean, look, a death is death. He killed a person, the person died in the most gruesome way that you could think of. He doesn't even want to die the way he put the person to death. Look, I've had an operation. I was paralyzed and I was taken to the hospital and they operated on my spine. And guess what? While in the corridor getting ready to go into the operating room, the nurse said, you know what? Or the doctor, oh, to minimize the anxiety, I'll give you this injection now. And within, I couldn't even count from 1 to 10. And so when I woke up, I was already operated on, everything was good. Now, I know that people might want to think that the drug they're using to help them to have surgery is the same one they're using to execute criminals. But I don't see what's the problem. Can these, well, again, the pharmacists don't want to produce a drug that would be similar to the anesthesia. We know the chemical, we call it the gas that they use sometimes. Man, listen, this thing is so bizarre. But this guy, I think he deserves to die. And what they need to do with his organs, they shouldn't have poisoned him. Just, harvest them and give it to people who need these organs. It's a waste of life.